the power of what if and how it could change your life. Welcome in. This is Matty's Motivation coming at you live, ready to inspire your mind one video at a time. Earlier today, I came across a video on IG, and this girl was talking about how golf relates so much to life, and she never really understood it until she started playing. And if I find that video again, I will share it in the description of this video. She brought up so many valid points because she said golf is so much like life, where every single round is a new round. Every single hole is a new hole. Every single time you go out there, you have so many possibilities that could potentially happen. And she started to talk about, what if today is the day that I get a hole in one? And she put it perfectly, and I agree because I do golf, and your only competition out on the golf course, even if you're playing with your friends, is you. And that's the important thing to remember. I think in life, we get so caught up in where we aren't that we lose sight on where we are. And what if the power of thinking could change all of that? And this isn't just a quick fix, but it is definitely something to get you started on how you're thinking and how you're seeing life and how it actually may be affecting you in a negative way. Because I began to think, and this inspired me so greatly, what if today is the day that you sign a multi-million-dollar client in your business? What if today is the day that you get a promotion and a considerable raise in your company? What if today is the day that you actually hit the lottery? What if today is the day that your video or this video goes viral and changes your life forever? And I started to think just how excited I started to feel when thinking about the possibilities of what if. And that's why I wanted to make this video. I didn't plan it. None of this is scripted. I just want to let you know that sometimes I think we get in our own way of success, of greatness, of abundance, of opportunity, of really receiving everything that we claim that we want and that we desire, but deep down don't really believe that we deserve for some weird reason. And myself included, and I'll use myself as the example because I get in my way all the time of doing this. And then I realized from a reading I received from my friend Hallie, who is incredible, honesty within yourself is most likely one of the main things that is holding you, much like myself, back from actually receiving all the things that we definitely deserve. All the honey in the hive, as she said, because I got a B card, which was awesome. You know what I'm saying? It was so dope. But the best thing about it was it really gave me an opportunity to look within myself with no one around, no distractions. Don't have to be worried about being judged or ridiculed or having anyone share their 2 cents in how I feel and what I think, like many people do freely and willingly, mind you. And I started to be honest with myself, and I was like, you know what? I really am getting in the way of receiving what it is that I work so hard towards. And the thing is, like, I understand what I'm doing, but I'm still continuing to do it and then playing the fool, acting so confused as to why I'm not receiving what it is that I set out to accomplish. And then I realized that somewhere along the line, I got disconnected from the purpose and I got too invested in myself. And I started to really, I guess you could say, be a little bit more egotistical. I started to shift my energy a little bit, and over time and over habit of doing this, it affected all the progress and the traction that I was receiving. It affected me in such dramatic ways that even outside of what I was doing, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop thinking, let me clear that up. I couldn't stop thinking about what I wasn't getting. And then I started to play the comparison game. I started to look at where other people are that I know and that I don't know. Why are these people successful and I'm not? Why are these people making this money and I'm not? I'm more talented than them. I'm smarter. I got more wisdom. I got this. I got that. And notice how many times I said I. If you're still watching this, thank you, because even if I wasn't the one making this video and I just stumbled upon it and I heard this guy talking about I, me, I would not want to watch that video, because it's not about you and it's not about me. It's not about any of us. It's about all of us. And that's the thing that really came to the surface. And I still feel like a little bit high off it. I really do. I feel like so often we get in the way of accepting that good things can come into our life. Like, I don't know why people are like this. I don't know why myself is like this from time to time. I don't know why the brain is the way that it is and how it even works. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. But one thing I do know is that through confusion, there's clarity. And this is one of the main things that I drew from this experience too, was being more open and honest with how I felt and also why I felt the way I was feeling. And if you're similar to me, you probably have a laundry list of things that you could write down, but there's really only one truth behind it all. And until we really admit that truth, we're always going to be playing this game of being on a hamster wheel, where we could run for hours and not get anywhere. And that really hit me in a wild way. And I feel so, I don't even know. I guess I just feel so grateful to be where I am. I feel so grateful to even be alive in this moment. I feel so grateful to be able to make this video. I just feel, and it feels good. And then I started to think, how can I help someone else with how I'm feeling? How can I help them out too, the way that I got helped out today by other people that had no idea what they were doing and how I was feeling? And I think that's so funny, because the universe always provides for us, even when you think it's not. It's always providing for us in the background. It's like, a clock that always ticks. It's like something that always is going. It's like the apps on your phone always running in the background, even when you're not using them, even when you put your phone on the charger and go to sleep. And there's so much going on in our mind that I think every now and again we forget that we matter just as much as everyone else, and that we need to take a little time to disconnect from the distractions of our life and really pour back into our cup. And that may be a difficult task and a difficult thing to do for many of us, because I feel like, just speaking from my own experience, I always feel like sometimes when I take that time for me, I'm, in a sense, cheating myself. I think, oh man, I should be doing this instead. And it's so funny how we convince ourselves of what we should and shouldn't be doing. And obviously there's some drastic things people could say to be like, yeah, well, you shouldn't do that. And it's like, yeah, I get it, dog. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just one of those experiences that I believe deserves to be looked at and reflected upon. And what if, realistically, today was the day to change your whole life forever for the better? And if you start going into your days with that what if mentality and that excitement, and that as soon as you wake up, instead of thinking about all the things that could go wrong, all the stressful moments you may be thinking you're going to experience, from traffic to people annoying you in the office, to customers you don't want to deal with, to your boss, to your friends, whoever it is, whatever it is. What if you started the day with a little gratitude and a little bit of, man, what if today's the day? Like, what if today is the day that something massive happens in my life? What if today is the day that I've been working so hard towards, And what if today really is that day? We really don't know. And I think that sometimes we get in our own way because we think we know so much more than we really do. And what you think you know oftentimes just is a reflection of how you feel deep down inside. And for me, today, for this experience, it was one of those humbling and wholesome moments that, like I said, the universe is always working behind the scenes, even when you think it's not. So that is how the power of what if can change your life. Go into today and tomorrow, go into your next moment, even after watching this video, thinking about what if something amazing happens for me today. What if something amazing happens to someone I love today? Think about how much better you would feel about going into your day, seeing someone you love really succeed and make something happen that is magnificent. Thinking about yourself really, getting everything and more that you desire and work so hard for. For the moment, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate this life for everything it has provided, the things that have been taken away, because I know that sometimes loss can be difficult and loss can be hard. But at the same time, we can only see so far with our eyes, and you can only see as far as you allow yourself to think. So the next time you get caught up in a situation or a moment where you start feeling down, where you start feeling depressed, where you start feeling stressed, where you start feeling anxious, I urge you to really take a moment, take a few deep breaths, do your best to calm your mind, and just start thinking new thoughts intentionally until you start feeling differently. It may take a couple seconds, it may take a couple minutes, it may take a couple hours, heck, it may even take a couple days or weeks. But I found that the more work you put into something that you are really serious about, you start seeing results because you start feeling differently. And that's what it is. Feel it to reveal it. Start feeling it in here by starting to think it in here. And please, 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 know that you deserve what it is that you're working so hard towards. Know that if someone else can do it, so can you. And even if someone else believes they couldn't do it, that should never get in the way of you believing in yourself. I hope this message really helped somebody out there today. I hope it resonated with you watching this video. Thank you so much for your time here. Again, this is Matty's Motivation coming at you live, as always, saying one life, one love. Go out and get it, because you deserve this life, even when you feel like you don't.